Hello and welcome to the World of Tanks. I'm CabbageMechanic, and with me as always is TragicLoss, and we're dealing with a variety of technical issues.
Like a lot.
like so many.
So many.
My stream computer actually blew up right before the stream started, so we quickly got my laptop hooked up. We've had some issues with our sound. We've had some issues. We're here. We're not giving up on this one.
Blame it on chips. It's fine.
We did miss the last 3 streams. Just a quick explanation.
I was gone.
Tragic was gone last week, and then Tuesday, we had a transformer blow, and our office lost power for the whole day.
All of our animations are back. Anyways.
Oh, good.
We were also missing a bunch of our animations for our stream, so those nice little triangles and dots that you see behind us were gone.
JD says, well, it is the first time you've ever streamed.
Oh, God.
Well, it's good to see all of you again. It's been a long time. It feels like at least 2 weeks, so I'm happy to be back here with you guys.
Yeah.
My volume needs to come up, apparently.
Apparently. Okay.
I'll move the microphone closer and chat.
Move you. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Accidentally muted. Anyways, so we have a couple of things to announce. We actually have papers here that tell you guys, like, what's going on, and so, well, what we know that's going on.
Are you discreetly...
I'm apparently backwards.
Are you discreetly leaking...
Hold on. Discreetly... Hold on, discreetly... Hold on.
Coming soon, Artie changes.
Wait. Flip horizontal. You're now horizontal, and now I am also now horizontal.
I got bad news. My luck line is crashing.
You couldn't read backwards before.
We have a lot of people in chat. Hey, JD's in 925. I happen to be from the 925. I think we've had this conversation before, but good to hear that weather's good there.
It's backwards, says Puddin' Jones.
Jesse on Facebook from Las Vegas saying hello. Hope you're having a good time.
Hello, guys. So yeah, other than these nice big ol' letters that we have that are apparently backwards, ooh, you guys could see the green screen behind me. So we don't have any details for you, but we will have details for you guys very soon, aka within the next couple days, hopefully.
It's tomorrow. It should be tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the teal deer is tomorrow. We're gonna announce some changes to Artie, and I think you guys are gonna like it.
Yeah. How about fixing Matchmaker first? Well, wouldn't you know? We're actually, we are working on it.
Yeah, so on Matchmaker, this just came up during the AMA we did last week, but we've actually been running live tests on both the RU, EU, and APAC servers.
Yes.
We're collecting a lot of data on how the initial new build is working. Things look good so far. So we should have a Matchmaker. It'll be in an upcoming major patch. So not like next week, but it's very close, I promise.
Yeah. So essentially, some of the things that are going on or some of the tests that are going on some of the other servers are things like +1, -1 matchmaking. There are also changes to the amount of formats that are actually within matchmaking. So you can get like a 6-5-4 matchmaker or something like that, which is pretty cool.
A lot more even templates, a lot more 2-tier templates.
You're not actually in game yet, which is totally fine.
No, I'm having more technical issues.
What is your technical issue?
Well, now this one isn't going.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
What have you done?
I did nothing.
What were you trying to do?
Nothing.
Okay. Anyways, what about preferential matchmaking tanks? Honestly, I don't know, Puddin'. Unfortunately, we aren't developers, so we can't give you guys like the full details. But like we said, Matchmaker and Artillery have some changes coming pretty soon. There's definitely some very interesting changes to Artillery that are coming, and I've looked them over. I actually like them a lot. Can I tease what specifically is?
Sure.
Okay, so it's about the stun mechanic specifically. What did you do?
I did nothing.
Okay,
it just stopped
trade
working.
me places.
All right, I'm gonna be tragic for a moment.
Okay. All right. I don't know what you did, but I guess I'll fix it.
So, I'm TragicLoss, and very happy to be here with you all. You'll notice that on her camera, I'm much smaller. She does this intentionally to make my large head appear even larger than it is in real life.
I don't do that on purpose.
It's definitely intentional.
I wish I did.
I'm going to get in chat here and answer some questions. Regan on Facebook wants to know if we can make an Irish tech tree. Pitch it. I mean, send us the documents for the tanks that you think would go in it, and I'd be happy to forward it. We just had a great pitch for a Brazilian tech tree that we gave to the dev team, and they were pretty excited about it. Not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but we're always happy to take examples of vehicles. You guys propose something, we can submit it and at least run it past the dev team. Alec Williamson on Facebook says, any word on the TS5? No word today, but there will be words soon. TM. And by soon, I mean April. April is, we're going to have a lot more information about the TS5. For those of you who don't know, the TS5 is an American Tier 8 tank destroyer premium that is currently being tested on the super testing. Hyper Turtle says, epic beard, Tragic.
Epic beard, thanks.
Yeah, Tragic is currently attempting to fix my computer, which is now broken for the second time since we started setting up the stream. Putin Jones says, any word on the Swedish medium testing approximate release dates? I don't have approximate release dates yet, but as we are, the Lancin is available for pre-sale now, and that's a pretty good indicator that the next major patch is very likely to include the Swedish mediums. Those of you who paid attention probably noticed we just had a patch yesterday. It was a pretty small patch, just added the blueprint system, which we're going to talk about more later, and about a lot of map fixes. A lot of the map fixes you guys mentioned where people had issues with hitboxes or loading. I think we had 12 or 13 maps get updates to fix those things this patch, so hopefully you're seeing some improvements in those areas. Just so happy to be back, even though we're broken.
I know, same.
You're not even appearing as me. JD said,
your PC froze.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. JD says, where can we suggest game changes and be assured someone actually sees it? Well, I mean, I saw it, so here, I guess. Sniping Boy on YouTube wants to know, is there going to be released a new Artie line? Not that I'm aware of in the immediate future. Yes. We have a lot of lines in the works. In the AMA, we mentioned British Lights. So I think you can probably expect to see British Lights sometime in the mid-near future. You obviously know that Swedish mediums are in the pipe right now. So those are the two things that are next up that we've properly announced and have coming out.
Yes.
Shadow Knight 32 on YouTube talking about modern tanks. They were teasing the dev diaries in 2015, but nothing since. I'm happy to tease them again. It sure would be cool to have modern tanks, wouldn't it?
Hey, you need to log in to your computer now. Boy.
Am I cabbage again now?
Yeah, you're cabbage again now.
Well, it was fun being TragicLoss.
Is it though?
So TragicLoss just teased some stuff she probably should.
Shh. Anyways, guys, it's gonna be some cool changes.
Suddenly, CabbageMechanic got much better looking.
Chilean tank line. That'd be pretty interesting. There's a lot of tanks that were historically created, but it would take. So never say never when it comes to tank lines, but it would take a really long time. Really long time. But no, Cabbage is slowly working on getting all of his stuff set up.
We're getting there. GPC British Lights, not wheeled.
Yeah.
We're still very much paying a lot of attention to the French wheeled line to see how that goes. But it's lights are what's coming near future.
Let's see. Is there any way you can make the original maps a little bit bigger? No, like I don't. There haven't been too many like really huge maps that aren't for like grand battles. There are definitely some that are on the larger end of the scale, but otherwise,
I would say it's probably not likely that the old maps are going to get bigger. There's a lot of reasons for that. We have increased the size of some maps. For example, Pilsen got larger. I think Ents did get slightly larger. I mean, no, it's just Pilsen.
So.
Pilsen got larger.
There's a couple.
What could happen, what has been suggested, is maybe there are other ways we could reduce the player pressure on maps, maybe just by having less players.
Yeah.
That's a thing that maybe could be a thing.
Yeah. Johnny Joe asks, why doesn't the Lance and Sea have siege modes? Siege mode. You guys missed an opportunity. Honestly, we're not sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to get details on myself on that recently. I'm curious. It might be because the mechanic itself is not ready for the live server. I'm not trying to write any checks I can't cash, but the current version of the Lancet doesn't have the suspension, and I also agree that is a little weird. So yeah, hold on. I would want to address a comment. Jonathan Larkby on YouTube said, "Let me break it down to you how French wheeled vehicle line is going effing terrible." All right, well, we appreciate the feedback.
I'm gonna read this one because it rubs my ego, but
okay.
also
Right.
I love it. Old Monkey says, Cabbage Mechanic, you think it's time for Tragic's next race? She seems to save the day more times than not.
By discovering that actually, we got to shout out our IT guy Ryan just saved our
oh my
lives
god, yes,
right before the stream. But yes,
man.
Tragic is does save the day frequently, especially when I kick cables out or freeze my computer. Apparently,
constantly.
Yeah.
Fix the cheating going on. If you are seeing somebody who doesn't seem to be playing the game up to legal standards, please send us a support ticket and we will look into it.
Are you online?
Am I online?
Yeah, are you online?
Yeah, I'm on my deputy.
Oh, I didn't know.
You're not on your deputy, that's why.
Do I need to switch to my deputy?
Yes, you do.
Apparently this is a share stream and I didn't know.
Anyways, let's see. Part the wheeled vehicles, they've made the game a lot more fun. Glad you're enjoying them, Major Tom. I like your name. Let's see.
Have you talked to ground control recently? They've been reaching out.
Man.
Hope you dads out there appreciated that joke just for you.
Let's see. Oh, legit question, Tragic and Cabbage. In your opinion, what country do you think Wargaming will develop next? Hungary, Spain? What do you say?
Out of those two?
Any.
Oh, man. I don't know. I might have privileged information there, but honestly, I'm not sure if my privileged information is real information anymore, so I don't know. I would say in the short to midterm, there are no new nations being added. That doesn't mean there won't be more nations in the future. But for right now, we're looking at adding lines to existing nations.
How will this affect console users? Short answer, it won't. AP shells for Artie.
I love you console players, but we do need to
probably
have
not.
Like a video response every time a console question comes up.
Console changes. This is the PC development stream. Well, PC stream, so we won't have any
PCNA publishing
stream. We're not developers. We do work for Wargaming. We are the publishers. We are community. As you guys can see by the nice little words underneath our faces, that tells you guys what we do. I can't stay, but Tragic, I love your face. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it.
Wow, really? What am I, chopped liver?
Artie Platoon. The reason why we took Artie Platoons away is because having a bunch of artillery working that closely together can really skew matches. Artie only focuses me in every fight. Why? Maybe you're really good at the game. That's actually a legitimate...
We have a pretty good news for you then, if you have been getting focused. There is going to be an anonymizer implemented later this year, and it's actually going to stop people from seeing your username or your XVM from seeing your stats. So, although
did you not save your share stuff? Okay, I'm gonna go into battle because all we're doing is kind of sitting here.
We are just kind of. Well, I didn't know you were gonna do share.
I'm gonna let you log in. I'm gonna play a match.
Well, if you told me
when are stats going to be hidden? Later this year. Any other nations wield tanks? Probably. Can we buff the 4005 needs more pen and armor? I don't think it needs more pen. I feel like the armor balances out the ridiculous pen and damage that it does.
Conditional on the probably. We are definitely we're very closely monitoring the French wheeled vehicle line. So any additional build lines will be conditional on how that works out longer term. Which, as some people have stated, they don't like it. Some people do like it. It's a mixed bag right now.
Can you fix platoons? I should be able to join in with 10s in my tier 9s. So the reason why we changed that to the way that it is now, where you can only do single tier platoons, is because people abused the multi-tiered platoon system way too much, and so we decided to move away from that. This merit system completely sucks. Why? You're getting free stuff. You're getting discounts to your next tank.
Aaron on Facebook asked if we can screen for people using aimbots. Yes, we do actually. We've have detection software in place for several of the most commonly used aimbots, and people have been regularly getting banned for them. So we have the same microphone actually, guys. So if it's
if one of us is quiet, it's because maybe one of us isn't talking loud enough.
It wasn't me. They're saying there was buzzing.
Oh, there's buzzing. Oh, that might be...
As far as the merit, I'm hearing a lot about the merit on the blueprint stuff. I do think that the merit, that might have been just the wrong word choice. So...
You're just moving the mic now.
I gotta solve problems.
Ow! I'm getting hit.
So Brandon, we didn't. All we mentioned is that the RD changes are going to be announced in their duration tomorrow. It is going to be affecting the stun mechanic. You'll have to wait for the details tomorrow. There's going to be a cool video and an article and all our usual stuff and bits.
Oh boy.
Luke says we can hear you both perfectly and there's no buzz. All right.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, I may have turned the buzz
Well, I'm logged
on
in now, and you're in battle without me.
Finally! Well, I will attempt to die, which is going to be very easy.
I got some cool crew skins, apparently. Oh, look, I have a unicorn mask.
How do you? I'm probably gonna die by Artie, which is totally fine, because then we can get into a battle together.
I definitely hear you on frontline maps. I will say, like, if you can imagine how much work goes into a normal map,
I knew that was...
a frontline map is obviously 9 times as much work. So we definitely would like to offer more frontline maps, but it's a lot of work. It's not an easy quick turnaround thing to do.
What do we think about smokescreen to disguise in open maps? Currently, there is smokescreen in frontline. That's also because it has a much bigger map, and the other thing is that would need a lot of balancing, if I'll be honest. There's definitely some changes that I think should be made to smokescreen, just because I think it can get pretty powerful, so that would need some changes if it were ever to move into random battles. Hello from the frozen tundra of Vermont. Hello, Tim.
Vermont's beautiful. I hope it's not too frozen and tundra.
Maybe fix the hitboxes. Ooh, if you are... Guys, if you're experiencing hitbox discrepancy, so if you're like looking at a hill or you're looking past a rock, you aim and you fire and it hits the rock even though you can't see that it's hitting the rock, for one, make sure you're in high def, because the high def resolution will show all of the little bits and pieces that could be sticking out that maybe aren't there in low resolutions or lower terrain resolutions. The other thing is, if you're in high resolution and you're still experiencing that, please send us a ticket. All you have to do is go to the World of Tanks homepage and submit a ticket there. Our devs do look at the reports that we send them when we experience that kind of stuff. Really recently, there was one on man, what is it? Live Oaks. There was a house that would essentially block you from wiggling past it, and that wasn't fun. Ooh, I'm gonna play the T30.
Retro Arcade Fan is asking why can't the community contributors showcase the Lance and Sea today. That is entirely my fault, Retro. Basically, I did not catch up to the EU embargo in time. EU is selling it a few days later, and so in order to be fair to the EU content creators, I had to... So we have a day here where the Lancet is available where our guys can't stream it. Entirely my fault. Please don't blame them. Blame me. Send me angry messages. I apologize. It won't happen again. There's just a stupid discrepancy because we're selling it earlier than EU, so their embargo was different than ours. Normally, in that situation, we'd move the embargo up, but because the discrepancy wasn't known until it was really late, it would have been unfair to the EU people who were already preparing for the embargo that was set for them.
Yeah. Someone says, I was hacked a couple years ago, lost all my tanks, silver and gold. Support keeps saying they don't see any foul play to avoid helping. I highly doubt that they're saying that to avoid helping, because we would love to help out our players in terms of any kind of foul play on accounts. My guess, okay, so a couple of things, and I'm not making any assumptions. Guys, please don't share your accounts, because if you do, then, like, we can't really see if there's a discrepancy when it comes to you by voluntarily sharing your account and someone hacking your account. So if you're sharing your account, or if you're using your account in multiple different places, we can't really, like, see a difference. But also, just make sure you don't share your account, don't give your password to anybody. If you do, that is on you, and if, you know, someone gets mad at you and sells all your tanks, we can't really...
Yeah. A lot of other things can happen to it, just don't do it. In the meantime, let's get counted into this Tier 9 game. Yes. We're going to be giving away some gold on our sheriff accounts. We're getting a lot of questions right now, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not intentionally dodging any, but we have, as most of you know, if you're a repeat watcher, we stream to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously.
We have 500 people watching.
So we're doing our best to keep up with chat, but it's going real fast. So don't be afraid to repost your question if we missed it. But we will try and answer all the questions we see.
All right, 5, 4, 2, 1, go. So Luke, if you still say you've never shared your account, I would recommend submitting a ticket, and if you can, let's see. I don't know, is there a way for them to, I don't know if there's a way for you to send us the ticket number over Facebook, but do try. We might be able to look into it. But otherwise, like I said, there's also other ways that someone can gain access to your account. So, just saying.
I'll try and catch your username, or if you can send me the ticket number and I can ping it.
Yeah, actually, type out your username in chat. Do we have a pen?
I don't have.
Okay.
Another thing I should always have on me.
Actually, I might know where a pen is.
Cryptic Shocks asks, will I full pen someone in my T49?
I hope you...
of course I'm using the derp, I wouldn't not. Devious Shots on Twitch says he's just started streaming Watt himself. That's awesome.
Here's pen.
Good luck. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta change my power plan. I can tell I'm on the conserve.
Cabbage,
power.
why would you do that to me? Not cool. I don't know what you did, but he seems mad. I don't know. When will the changes to premium time happen? Will
Kieran,
it go like the World of Warships premium time? I mean, if I were to guess, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. When is the next sheriff weekend? Probably when we decide.
Probably when we decide.
AKA bother CabbageMechanic.
It's probably going to be May, guys. May will be probably the next sheriff.
Give us an option to sell extra garage slots, please. Actually, I definitely, like, even I have extra, I have, like, I think maybe, like, 30 extra garage slots on my main account. What is the small, big announcement?
I don't think I did that, Kieran.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to flip my camera around again. Hold on.
I'm gonna actually switch
transform. Flip horizontal.
Because I got all tab real quick.
Here we go.
What is the small big announcement? Yeah, the small big announcement is that we're going to be announcing some RD changes tomorrow. So get ready for that. But also not.
There you go.
Man.
Okay.
Technical issues never cease.
No, not at all. Let's see. Is there any chance that you guys will put all of the games together, naval, air, and land? Probably not.
It's really unlikely at this point, if I'm honest. That was an idea at one point, but as the games have developed, they're developed by separate teams and separate places.
I missed.
A lot of changes has happened between the engines and the various technical tools that are used. If such a game were to happen where there was combined arms, if such a thing were to happen, it would probably be an entirely new title as opposed to a merging of the old titles.
Your main account, I thought we could only have one. For one is my sheriff account, the other one is literally just my account. Like, yeah. I've had it for some odd years.
Like the real issue with alt accounts, guys, is if you're using them to evade a ban,
yeah.
Like, that's when you get in trouble for alt account.
Yeah,
if you're using them to scam people, if you're using them to evade a ban, if you have a couple accounts for different reasons, it's very unlikely.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone I told you that. It's a deep secret. But don't evade bans.
Okay, for one, that's pretty rude, lore stan. No.
Where?
Don't worry about it. Oh no. Why no war chests? What do you mean, why no war chests? Please just remove arty. I think artillery is just way too ingrained in the World Tanks ecosystem, or gameplay ecosystem, that I don't think it would be wise to just straight up remove artillery.
Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing that rumor pop up. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's far too many people who play and do enjoy RD for it to be removed entirely. I do understand why people find it frustrating. I do at times, but total removals is not on the table. That's not a real rumor.
Is there a chance to do a proper ranking system for random battles? Probably not, because most, if not every single game has separate queues for ranking, or like a ranked system versus a random system. Even Overwatch has random versus ranked play. So probably not. Let's see, skill filter in a match. That might actually be a nice thing, is to, at the very least, balance out a little bit if there are more skilled players on one team, but that would also increase queue times, because if you try and match two people with very similar, you know, skill levels, you would also have to make sure that they're playing a tank that is, you know, comparable to the other team, if you know what I mean. Why can't you have tiers limited to 2 during a game? We've actually been testing that over on the APAC region, I believe. How do we see Cabbage's gameplay? If he wants to switch to his...
You didn't want to see that game, trust me.
Yeah.
I spent half of it trying to fix my screen tearing, and it didn't go very well at all.
Less corridor maps. So, a lot of people say less corridor maps, but honestly, there have been a lot of... Oh, look, I got a...
Oh, nice. Nice
in all honesty, there's like, I think there's a pretty good balance between maps that do have corridors and maps that aren't corridors. Like, if I... Well, actually, I don't think I'll be able to without exiting the platoon. But if you overlook all of the maps that we have open maps like Muravanka and Prohorovka that are, like, pretty open. We also have things like Live Oaks. But the thing is, there are definitely maps that are more open, and definitely more some maps that are corridor, like you say.
Tim Rothenberg on Facebook asked, will the Loza's M4A2 Sherman come back to the store? It'll definitely rotate back around, Tim. All those tanks that come in and out are on a big rotating wheel, essentially. So it will definitely be available again. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I also know. Just happen later. Alright, your turn to pick.
Yeah, I kind of want to play the IS-3.
I hear you on that one, Rich. I feel like I get Abby a lot too, and I'm not a fan of that particular map.
When will Tank Rally happen? What do you mean Tank Rally?
It means the tank racing. There will be tank racing.
Oh, yeah.
There will be.
Dude, I would love Chaffee races to come back.
I can't share more right now, but there will be tank racing, and it looks really cool.
Why would you say that? I want that so badly.
I just happened to see an internal footy. Yeah, I'm a Sherman hog too, Tim. We're gonna get the Chieftain out here, and me and the Chieftain are gonna do a Sherman defense stream, because we've been having some Sherman hate in the chat lately, and I'm not gonna tolerate it.
Yeah. Did I see in chat that XVM is gonna be taken out? There is going to be an anonymizer
You'll be able to elect to not have your stats sent to XP.
Yeah.
At least that's how it's supposed to work. Sometimes there is a difference between how something is supposed to work and how it actually works when it gets to it. But the story right now is there's going to be a feature later this year. It's going to be able to hide your name and your stats from XVM. That said, artillery might just start to shooting people who anonymize. So
is there a way to add more destructible environments, especially with the stone buildings? There are definitely a lot of destructible buildings already in World of Tanks. I think one of the main maps that doesn't really have destructible buildings but is kind of open is like Overlord. Overlord, none of the buildings on Overlord are destructible.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, so in announcing the Artie change, we have a lot of people in chat talking about how they don't want Artie to be nerfed again. Let's hold on, guys. Hold on until the details come out, and then if you're mad, we can continue talking. But it's not a wholesale nerf. It's just changes. Some you might not like, some you do. But wait till you find out what the changes are before you.
I actually think that they're pretty solid. Like, it's a good system. Will we ever get night or weather cycles for maps? So I do know that World of Tanks console has weather and it has night. So far, a lot of, like, I know there's gonna be half of people who like it and half of people who hate it, but so far, changes to vision systems and whatnot by doing like rain or night mode is just gonna make things more confusing to people who don't know how the vision system works.
All right.
So
Ready to count this one? We got a tier 8 game. I'm gonna be playing the Carnarvon, and I'm gonna swap the screen over so you can watch me suck at that.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I play much worse on stream than I do normally. In my defense, I'm not that I'm a great player by any means, but when I am trying to pay attention to chat, it gets real bad.
Will tank rewards be coming back? Yes.
Yes.
Will XVM still collect the data so that it can be viewed on other sites like it is now, but just fail to display it in client? So essentially, as far as I know,
unclear to me at this time.
Yeah.
To be honest, my suspicion is that like if you use Watt Labs or New Meat or anything to like check your stats, you'll still be able to do that. But I'm not 100% sure.
I feel like that's an API thing.
Yeah, I'd have to ask Anton Babrov, who's one of the guys who was in our Reddit AMA last week. I'll see if he knows.
Yeah. I think you guys and players have different idea what constitutes a nerf and some changes. So this one is actually a change. It's not a nerf. Like there's definitely changes that are going to come to some things for some artillery, but overall the arty changes I think are going to be pretty solid. And like I said, and Cabbage got mad at me for, it's going to be about the stun mechanics.
I think. So someone asked about ray tracing. We never want to say no to a future technical ad, but one thing I will point out is we just introduced multi-core support. So maybe keep that in mind and adjust your expectations accordingly. I personally, we've heard a lot of great feedback about the multi-core support. I'm happy we do have it.
Croatia.
But we are there. Watt's a good-looking game if you have a 1.0 and if you have a nice computer, but it is a 9-year-old game, 8 or 9-year-old game. So we're not on the cutting edge of technology, but we are carefully viewing all that technology.
Oh God!
And as we are able to, we will add more of it.
Trying to turn. Anyways.
But it's a bit early to say anything about ray tracing.
Someone says this is BS. Not sure what part of it's BS, but if you want to have a civilized conversation, feel free to respond back.
If you want to tell us what you think is BS, we could that's a good place to start.
Yeah. World of Tanks or Blitz for Nintendo Switch. That'd be interesting.
That'd be so cool. I'd love Blitz for Switch. It would work perfectly.
But we would also have to work with Nintendo, and that would be a heck of a contract. Cross-platform coming? Probably not.
No, they're entirely different games, folks.
Yeah, they're entirely different codes on different games, so probably not. when is Windstorm coming back? I do know the devs really want to bring back a lot of the old maps. Not sure when some of them are coming back, though.
Really need that T-28 Proto to go down. Oh, never
what
mind.
party changes? Soon. Very, very soon.
Welp!
There should be a video coming out maybe tomorrow-ish?
I just got Death Starred for 1200, by the way, while you were talking.
Wait, what?
I just got Death Starred for 1200 damage.
Oh. What is nerfing, question mark? Nerfing essentially is lowering the statistics of a tank or making it less effective. Unnerf my T-67. When people stop seal clubbing, maybe we will.
Rainbow Socks, it's supposed to be happening later this year. I don't have an exact timeline yet on when you're going to be able to change your name, and that's Rainbow Socks on Twitch.
Will's just like, I feel like I hear them say they're different games almost every single stream.
You probably will continue to, Will.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we're not going to be mad about it.
Oh,
World of Tanks console is a great game, and World of Tanks Blitz are great games, but they are all separate.
Can you please get rid of mines? I don't think we have mines in the game.
When will I get Hagglar on my friends list? I don't know, man. I wish I had Hagglar on my friends list.
Oh, they're resorting to shooting HE. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I did get nuked. I want to catch some of these. Oh, I wanted to talk about, so people talk about weather changes and night mode. So the basic shtick on weather changes and night mode that I've gotten from the devs is it's a cool idea. We're not closed off to it. It requires a lot of work, and we think there's other things that we should do first. Is sort of where we're at on stuff like that. It's not that it will never happen, but you know, like right now we're focusing on rebalancing the game, adding new tiers, adding new maps, improving the maps that currently exist. There's a lot of other development tasks that kind of take a little more priority over features like that. Can y'all crossplay PS4 and Xbox One, please? That's a question for the console devs. I'm not going to get involved. A lot of people seem to think that Sony makes things really difficult in that arena. I don't know anything about it. You're going to have to go to
transfer question.
The console.
So, in terms of server transfers, essentially, the reason why we currently don't have server transfers is because when we were doing the NA to C server transfers, we found out that it takes a lot of manpower and a lot of resources.
We knew it would take those things. We set up a team to do it. We had a team ready to devote 2 weeks of their lives to nothing but transferring accounts from an APAC. And then we discovered that there was going to be another technical hurdle that made it even more difficult than we had planned for.
Yeah.
So we hit a point where essentially it was just so inefficient that it's not feasible to continue offering them. As Artem Safronov has mentioned in the last 2 AMAs, I believe now, we are looking at a long-term technical solution that will allow just general server roaming. That appears to be the direction now. It's way too early to say that's exactly what it's going to look like. But TLDR, in order to offer server transfers or server roaming, some big technical tools and features need to be added, and they're currently on the roadmap. Tyler, Tate on Facebook has asked this question a few times, I think, so I want to... Can you fix the friends list where you can't see online friends that log in after you have logged in? Tate, I'm not aware of that bug. If it is a bug, I recommend submitting a ticket to our customer support team, and they can help you either get that technical issue figured out or collect your information and file it in a bug report, which will help the devs get to it and solve it. But the customer support team is definitely going to be the bug that you, or the people you want to talk to about that. Jonathan Larkby asks, will CabbageMechanic be reprising his role in Season 8 of Game of Thrones? Are you calling me Hodor or who? I'll take... I'm hoping it's not Hodor. That's Hodor. He was as Hodor. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, man.
Brian said, will I win gold if I take a baseball bat to another game company's servers? No. We have no interest in attacking our competitors with baseball bats.
Yeah.
It's a dog eat dog world out there, but it's not that cutthroat.
The Rudy world.
Hodor cannot unsee. Man, I liked it a lot better when I was getting the wildling with the big red beard.
And give someone the golds. I've already gotten 4.9k blocked, so why not?
Yeah, thanks one Axel. Axel's looking out for me.
Why do HE and Hesh not count for block damage anymore? I didn't actually know that was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either.
Yeah. Ooh, any word on the new rewards for the next season of the 2.0 referral program? We don't currently. Oh
boy, did Cody pop up in chat?
Oh boy.
I hope he did.
Oh, wait. Can you place a marker that shows when you're playing with someone on your blacklist? There already is, I'm pretty sure. I thought
it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure if there is or isn't. Oh, Robin says there's a red muted symbol on the player's name. Okay.
Absolution
good looking out.
needs a nerf? What's Absolution?
Robin on Facebook.
What?
I'm aware of the Hitman game called Absolution.
Justin Morris. As it sits, this game doesn't do enough for new players. We are actually working on different, I guess, systems to help new players. Scroll up a bit. It was Justin Morris.
Okay, Justin on Facebook. I actually agree, Justin, and it's something that we're working on every day.
Yeah.
We try and do, we do what we can here, and then we submit the feedback. I 100% agree. World of Tanks is a very intimidating and difficult game to start off in, and we're trying to improve it.
Can you do something about ghost shells? More often than not, ghost shells are determined to be packet lost, and generally is when a shell goes, like, through or like under a tank's turret. Like sometimes it can go through here. There are definitely some tanks that have more of a gap, like this.
It's almost always packet loss. Is what we've found. I've watched probably more than 1,000 replays of ghost shells over my several years working at Wargaming, because it's something I've always found fascinating. Almost all of them have been attributable to packet loss. I have seen a couple amazing, like once 1 in a million shots, like a guy who, as Tragic mentioned, there was a guy who shot, he was coming downhill towards a tier 9 Waffenträger. He fired at a certain angle, and then the Waffenträger started to come up the hill, and it passed under the gun shield but above the hull in a manner that was completely invisible to the guy. You had to like go watch the replay and then angle to the side to see it. So there's TLDR, ghost shells are usually a real fluke crazy shot like that, or packet loss. Packet loss is almost always the culprit.
Give us back the waffle. You mean the Waffenträger E100? Heck no.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no
that
for
one was
me, dog.
Super broken. Like of all of the tanks that we've ever introduced, I feel like the Waffenträger was probably one of the most broken.
Yeah, that tank got changed like 3 or 4 times.
It got changed. It had shells added. It had shells removed.
The basic idea
lost mobility.
The actual idea of the tank was just broken.
Let's see. Ever coming back to Tank Fest Northwest?
Gosh, I'd love to, Jared.
Man.
I will
send Tragic
I'll take a look
there.
into it.
Okay. What about random map generator? That would be really interesting. I don't know if World of Tanks would be for one, that would be a completely new developed system, and that would take forever. For two, I feel like it wouldn't work that well because I don't know.
It's a cool idea. Based on what I know about the game engine and how maps have to be built, it's exceedingly unlikely. Right. I do like the idea though. It's a novel concept.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. The Chinese servers are actually so they're not actually fully run by Wargaming at all. That's why they get actually, that's why they get things like the Type 59 G. Type 59G.
They're also on a totally different version of the game. And the short answer for why that is because it's really hard for non-Chinese companies to operate within China. So we, like many other companies, licensed out our product in a licensing deal, and another company runs it in China.
Make the T95 a little faster. That was actually the last buff that got the T95 add.
It could happen again.
So, yeah, maybe. Boosters are jinxed. I think that's... Oh, yeah.
Someone was talking about why people get to keep their Death Star and stuff. We generally don't want to take a tank away from people who already have it. There are exceptions to that. The SU-12254 came up in chat earlier. By the way, somebody asked if that was coming back. It's pretty likely that it will come back at some point. I have no information on when it might be. Back? The SU-12254, the Tier 9 that got removed from the 264.
That'd be kind of nice.
But generally, we don't like to remove tanks. We do have a plan in the future to make those tanks that were removed available, I believe, for bonds. So it is very likely that if you missed a chance at those tanks, that you will have another chance in the future. That includes the FD-215B and the Death Star, the 183. I have high hopes that there will be more Death Stars in the future for people who want them. Hey, Tony on Facebook, we really appreciate the kind words. We're glad you enjoy the games that we make. Oh boy, Executus is here.
Oh boy.
Rip Cabbage.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here he goes killing again.
I played a game last night in my my 1-2-1, and the first thing somebody said was, "Oh no, Cabbage is on our team. Rip." we won it.
I've never had anyone say that to me. Are you really that bad?
I don't think so. I do play worse on stream than I do. Like I said.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, my stats back.
Woo! Ariel. Have you ever gotten team killed because someone wanted to see if you still get the sheriff rewards?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they didn't get the gold, by the way.
Yeah.
They did not get the gold.
Which you will now lose out on a merit. Well, like, possibly gaining a merit if you do that.
Cabbage needs a buff. I agree. Cabbage does need a buff.
Boop. Doing weird things behind me.
Yeah, I need Cajun hasn't been around in a while, but I need Cajun to take me back under his wing and help me get better again.
Yeah. Will tier 10 light tanks ever get a buff? So we are working on overall tank reworks across the board. We actually talked about this a couple of times over the past few streams, but essentially starting with tanks like the E100, the IS-4, the STB-1, the Leopard 1, and the Cranbang, we are making changes to a lot of tanks.
Yeah, the Cranbang's already in Super Test.
Yeah. So, possibly, yeah. When the NA server dies, will they move their accounts to EU?
NA server's not anywhere remotely close to dead in the short term. In the super long term, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, the ultimate plan is to have roaming available. At least at this time, that appears to be the direction we're heading. So I can't say what the future looks like in that regard, but I can tell you that NA server is not even. There are games with far less population and
that are
globally
younger.
that are running fine. And one of the things NA is in no immediate danger of being dead.
Oh, come on.
It is smaller than it used to be, which I know a lot of people get freaked out by.
Yeah.
But the game is 8 or 9 years old. We've had some major content updates, but the basic game is still the same. So, our resilience is actually far and above the market, the industry standard.
Yeah. There's a surprising amount of things that you learn if you're in an industry.
Yeah. Trust me, most games would love to have the problems we're having in year 8.
Yeah.
For example, I did a lot of work
on
the release of Total War Arena, which sadly was closed down recently. Total War Arena didn't even make a full year, I don't think. Fun game too. Sad story. G Vazda on Twitch asks why we're nerfing the Kronberg Online. I'm pretty sure that we're actually looking to buff it.
Yeah, like a lot.
The individual shell damage is getting nerfed. Or no, sorry. You're getting less shells, but you're going to have a faster reload is the test they're currently running right now.
Okay, the DPM is probably going to be a lot better.
But yeah, the intent is definitely to buff the Cranbang, whatever you want to call it.
Cranbang.
I like wagon.
Yeah, I know, but you're butchering the
Isn't
language.
the G before the N?
Yes, but
so
it's not pronounced that way.
Cranbang. I'm American.
No.
I don't care.
Ooh, hello. Yeah, I don't care. Ow.
I just made all the
That was
Europeans
my own
happy.
arty. Dead.
Okay. Jose asks, any news about the T-103, the SU-100Y's big brother? I don't have any news on that at this time. Why does the M44 need a nerf? Because it's outperforming all the other Tier 6 artillery by a huge amount. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is going to get nerfed in the immediate term, but there's definitely a clear reason for it to get nerfed.
Please make gold rounds cost only gold again. No, because that would make our game actually pay to win. Just saying. Cabbage is super quiet at that comment.
What? No, I was reading chat.
Someone said, please make gold shells only purchasable by gold again. And I said
okay.
that would make our game actually pay to win.
We have other plans for gold ammo. The reason that the gold ammo changes are taking a long time is as a lot of people...
So we can make more changes.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, we're taking the gold ammo changes very seriously because as a lot of people have noted, it's going to dramatically change how heavy armor works. So we're definitely thinking about that a lot, and that's why that change is going to take a while, because we want to make sure that, for example, the Type 5 Heavy doesn't become an unkillable god machine once that gets announced, or once that gets released. So
shake hands.
That's our immediate plan for Pramo, is a damage nerf.
Matchmaker is trash. So we are making changes to Matchmaker. We actually discussed this during the beginning of the stream. I apologize if you came in late that you aren't getting this information until now. But essentially, we are making changes to Matchmaker. There are tests being done on other servers. Please spread the news, because we would love not answering the question repeatedly.
Oh, Bill on Facebook got a few rounds into me. Oh, that was you and the, I didn't see exactly what it was, but we had a little skirmish there on the street. Good fight. Trevor on Facebook asks, wait, hold on, I want to get to you, Trevor. Mike on Facebook, hey, Cabbage, can you pronounce that tank name? Cabbage, no. Developers, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
We did name the tanks
perfect
in the game, at least the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
Trevor wanted to know if we can fix frontline chat so it can be turned off like regular team chat. I actually have submitted that feedback in a report before. I'm
just gonna hold this up occasionally.
My assumption is it's not at the top tier of things they want to get fixed in frontline. As most of you know, there does appear to be a pretty decent discrepancy in win rate between attack and defense right now. So I think that's probably going to be the primary focus, but I will continue to submit the chat feedback.
So, Alex says you have killed skill by making gold rounds purchasable with silver. Actually, we made it that way so we
like
could...
7 years ago. Has skill been dead for 7 years?
Poor skill. Anyways, so the reason why we took out the option to purchase gold, aka premium rounds, only via credits is so that we could make more changes to them. Guys, anytime we even make a suggestion at changing anything that has been bought with real money, there is a huge outcry by you same people saying, don't change this because I paid real money.
Well, we don't want to say it's the same people.
Yeah, it's a good crowd.
It's a complicated situation. Yeah, that's the one of the reasons we removed the ability to take away to pay for gold, as Tragic said. It's you know, we and someone just mentioned we never nerf premium tanks. That's not actually true.
That's not true.
But we do. It's something we take very seriously if we do need to do it.
Let me show you at least one tank that was changed at least 3 or 4 times. Super Pershing was changed. The lower plate was changed several times. The gun was changed several times.
Brian on Facebook, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Also, the speed, I believe, was changed several times on the Super Pershing, which was one of the first tanks to actually, I believe, get, or at least first premium tanks to have changes made to it. So, I'm
rating up in a tier 9.
I will just pick my T30 again, because I actually really like it.
So yeah, we're getting a lot of comments about the RD changes, guys. Please hold on till you get a chance to see the details tomorrow before you form an opinion. There, you know, like in anything in life, you should study it before you form an opinion on it. Some of you who think you're going to be happy about it might not enjoy it, and some of you who think you're going to be mad about it might enjoy it. So
3. I just want to know about the anonymizer, says Zoned. For one, hey Zoned, long time no see.
Yeah, how's it going?
For two, I don't know how long it would take for them to create that, but it should be a nice thing for a lot of people with really good stats.
So then we mentioned earlier on the stream, we don't know certain details about the anonymizer yet. To give the full statement on what we do know, going to be a feature that you're going to be able to manually enable that will block other players from seeing your username, and it's allegedly going to block XVM from picking up your stats. That's all the information we have about it at this time, and it's going to be coming out later this year. That's the other bit.
Clint says if you change stats on a tank that people paid money for, at least offer a refund. That's actually what we did.
We did do that with the super pushing.
Yeah. Yep. It's actually genuinely what we did. Like we try to be as I guess nice as possible when it comes to changes to the game. Hi mom, I'm on YouTube.
Is that your mom?
I don't know this.
Or someone just said that.
Hi mom and hi YouTube, says NSX 2015. Hey, I'm in game with you too. Oops, that's not a heart. That's a less than 2. Any chance of bringing back old maps?
But we're stacking that on the list of questions that gets asked every stream.
Yeah, I know. I think we should just have a list of like questions that scrolls by.
So there's so many old maps that there is actually one old map that's currently in the pipe. I can't talk about what it is yet. As far as old maps in general, some of them will come back over time. They do have to be completely rebuilt in the new renderer, so it's not a matter of just whipping them out of the old client and plugging them into the new one.
Yeah.
So, have some respect for, I certainly do anyway, have some respect for the work that it takes to build one of those. It's actually a freaking lot, if I'm honest. And some of the old maps are kind of like fundamentally flawed, so you might not see them come back just because we were never able to properly balance them. I think, for example, Pearl River and Port both had side-to-side, just they weren't symmetrical maps, or close enough to symmetrical that they were properly balanced. So it's unlikely that those maps will return as they were. If they do return, they might come back. Maybe some themes from them will return. Maybe they come back in a different matter. Maybe they don't come back at all, and we just have new maps. Pearl River got mentioned.
If people kill you, do they win gold? Yes.
Cody said we need a map like Ocean and Wouse, just a flat field with no bushes, perfectly balanced. I would love that.
That would be really interesting, actually.
Somebody somewhere is going, you mean Prokhorovka?
Prokhorovka? Yeah.
It does have bushes.
Yeah.
Man. But I do, one thing I am keenly...
But it's historically accurate!
Some of you who've been around a long time will notice this too. But whenever we release a map that has like city walls and corridors and stuff, it's a corridor map. And whenever we release an open map, it's an RD map, and it's impossible to make everyone happy with any kind of map, is what I'm saying. Although some of our recent map efforts, some people have pointed out are not ideal, and as not a fan of Empire's Border personally, I understand why.
I don't think there are very many fans of Empire's Border. I also don't like it.
Did I just get randomly RD'd? I don't think I got spotted. My game sounds different.
Your game sounds are
different? Yeah. Not gonna get into it.
Why is it just you? It's literally only ever you?
I guess.
Like, anytime I stream with anybody else, they don't have this many problems.
I'm just difficult.
You are. You're extremely difficult,
It's just difficult.
Oops.
So Retro says there's nothing wrong with Pearl. What you really need to do is allow them to create maps and submit them.
Sorry.
I hear you on that one. It's certainly something that I'd like to be able to do, but as I have mentioned before, the process that we have to use to make maps to fit them into the game engine, it's not that easy. There's no real way for us to let people make maps. We could let people like design concepts. That's possible and could happen at some point, but as far as actually making the maps, it's really not something we can give the tools to people for. We had to buy Big World. I don't know if you guys have heard that story, but we had to buy the Big World engine for our game because we needed to be able to control development over it to make our game work properly. The World of Tanks development saga is a long and storied one, and a lot of lessons have been learned over time. But one of the lessons is that maps are still a modern game would have an easier time building maps than we do because they would build out a more new. There's no nice way to say
hills.
this. They would make it easier to build and implement new maps than it is for us to do in World of Tanks.
I'll be honest, I feel like Empire's Border is one of the most corridory of the maps that we've ever built. There's literally just giant mountains everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's I think it definitely comes to the corridors more than the hills.
Yeah.
That people don't like it.
Oh, is there any chance we will get the option to opt out of maps? We actually talked about this in the
that's a good idea.
In the pre-New Year video that we released. It is something that we are looking at, is being able to opt out of certain maps. So keep that in mind, guys. Is KB2 OP on PC? I don't think so.
Byron
a
says.
Long reload.
Byron on Facebook says converting free experience to gold. How about taking the pay-to-play out?
This way.
There needs to be a way to make gold without real currency. You can in tournaments, Byron, and a couple other opportunities out there like killing sheriffs and stuff. As far as pay-to-play, I mean, converting XP isn't pay-to-play; it's pay to advance faster.
Yeah.
Oh,
I kind of miss Mitten.
I mean, if you have to play a stock tank, that's certainly a disadvantage. I'll buy that for $1. We need to get Mitten Guard back. Mitten Guard's hasn't been around since 1.0 came out. Enemy pixel
opts out of all maps but one, says Cryptic Shot.
Cody says he's opting out of Paris when that happens.
There's a lot of people that would do that.
Yeah, Enemy Pixel on Twitch says Tragic and Cabbage. Any word on the April Fool's Day event this year? There is going to be
April Fools. April Fools. There is.
I don't
no
want to
April
spoil
Fools.
the surprise, guys. It's going to be pretty fun, I think.
I kind of want to play Tier 10.
Rod on Facebook says this game is for the most part great.
So I'm gonna leave the platoon real quick.
Okay.
It's for very good. It's for a very good reason. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you don't get put on the South American server all the time. If you do disconnect server, I'm pretty sure you can go, instead of auto, change it to US Central, and you will only ever get US Central. You will not get onto South American. We are not married.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm actually
nor are we a couple.
A very serious relationship with the M46 patent in my garage.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone else.
Have you heard from Meathead?
Keep it discreet.
Do you stay in touch? Yeah,
Oh,
generally.
yeah. I usually talk to Meathead. I usually troll Meathead on Twitter. Actually, that's what I'm calling talking to him. But yes, we still talk to Meathead.
Minefield, booby traps, or other environmental hazards. I feel like our game is confusing enough already to new players. Adding those would just, like, exacerbate that.
So, I mean, the discussion of, like, deployable stuff has come up before. It's a cool idea. As far as actually implementing it, we'll see.
We would love to have the battle hit and replay manager. XVM, in terms of XVM, Mary Banks, we are planning on adding in an anonymizer, which will make it so you sites like XVM can't see your stats and show it to everybody else.
Ooh, the T57, huh?
Ooh, James A. Johnson. So guys, and I'm gonna say this even though we're gonna get a flood of PMs.
Oh no.
If you guys are getting team killed and harassed and someone is shooting you for no reason, please submit a replay, because we are sanctioning people for that. I know that's going to make a lot of people happy, but it will absolutely fill the ticket queue, so keep that in mind.
Yep.
If you are getting team damaged or team killed, please send in a support ticket. We are looking at it. Mary Banks, barrel blocking is actually listed under physics abuse.
Yeah, barrel blocking is 100% physics abuse, so that's always been reportable.
And I can actually pull that up. I'll show you guys, but first,
actually,
we're going to
while she's doing that, I do. Okay, so let's do the countdown real quick. Yeah. But I do want to clarify, guys.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
We have located the M60 codes, and you're gonna need to PM 1984 Big Brother.
Yeah.
All one word.
Yeah.
1984 Big Brother in the World of Tanks NA client.
Where's the pen?
PM 1984 Big Brother. He's the guy with the codes. Those of you who are in like the Citadel Discord or some other Watt Discords, you already know him. But that guy has all the codes. He's got the M60 codes. He's got the 121B codes. He's got the Type 59 Gold codes. He's got the M60 tech tree codes.
907 codes.
Everything.
Everything, guys.
He's got
1984 Big Brother.
He's got the Brumbauer codes, the Sturm Tiger codes.
He's bringing the arty changes that are coming soon. 1984
That guy
Big Brother.
is just sitting on all the codes. He won't share them with anyone. 1984 Big Brother.
He's kind of a huge jerk. He doesn't share anything, honestly. It's kind of mean. It's kind of mean.
Definitely don't clip that and send it to him either.
Yeah, don't do that. Why
don't
would you
definitely
do that,
don't do that.
He wants to keep it low key, and you guys have to not replay. Don't do a replay.
He just popped up in Twitch chat.
Oh no!
The turnaround time was like 5 seconds.
Who told him? Is this actual reality, or are you guys trolling?
We are trolling. There's no such thing as M60 codes. That's always been a troll between us.
Yeah. Which, you know, we guys hope that you will keep up tradition and still bother the people that we tell you to bother about M60 codes. Domo Sapien ratted us out. What a jerk. Oh, here we go.
Mike on Facebook says, actual Abrams crewman checking in. That's really cool, Mike. Thank you for your service. I actually just met another Abrams crew member at when we had the guys from HQ in town. We took them to a local gun range, and one of the guys at the gun range was a veteran who had served on an Abrams and was very excited to talk to us about World of Tanks. It was a really cool experience.
Found the article, guys. What is physics abuse? Pushing an ally, pushing them off terrain, intentionally drowning your vehicle, artillery, I'm looking at you, flipping or attempting to flip an allied vehicle onto its sides, and barrel-in-barrel exploits. So if any of those happen, please submit it as physics abuse. There you go. Ta-da! Justin is still not satisfied with all of the stuff we've said. No worries, Justin. We're sorry we can't help you out with that, but hopefully, at some point, if you feel that we, do some good in the game, maybe you'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to you that it is a business. That's not a secret. So yeah, staying in the black is important. It's what keeps the game alive. That said, how you stay in the black is to do your best to keep the players happy. And I know that a lot of people feel that, we don't do what's going to make them happy, but we do listen to you guys. The devs listen to you guys. Actually Domo is in chat. Domo files reports, probably 6 reports a week on what you guys think about what we're doing and what you think about the game. We constantly discuss that stuff, and we do want to make the game better and more enjoyable for everyone. It's just, it's not always a snap decision away from making everyone happy.
Butterflies, fun stuff.
Speaking of Abrams, I believe the first M1 Abrams in a public museum is at the American Heritage Museum, just outside of Boston.
Actually just asked if anyone in chat was going.
And we are going to be there in a week. So yeah, actually, while we're here, there's not going to be a stream next Thursday because we will be flying to Boston to go hang out at the American Heritage Museum with some players, and we're also taking some meetings at PAX East.
When will the E100 changes come? Eventually. Currently, the one that is being worked on is the Cranbang. If you guys have looked, there are actually changes on the super test server that are, I believe, for the Emil 2, and the Cranbang.
You mean the Kronwagen?
Cranbang.
So Doonesbury on Twitch says you can't make any of the people any of the time.
Ooh.
I think he was saying you can't make any of the people happy any of the time.
Yeah.
But read over your trash talk before you send it next time, eh, Chief?
When are the Swedish mediums coming out? Actually very soon. Sooner than you think.
Mary Banks says, why is it when I finally get my hands on a surgeon tank that's gone bad, really bad? Which tank you talking about there, Mary? I have an answer. Cody says, any chance I can lure you guys down to New Jersey with some free food? It's tempting. It's definitely tempting. I don't know if we will have that sort of autonomy on the trip, but possibly. We arrive Thursday. We have we'll be at PAX all day Friday. We have the player event Saturday, and then we're flying on Sunday. So I don't know if we're gonna have any free time.
Oh, hello. Bye. I'm gonna die.
Diamond Carpet on YouTube asks, is Watt dying? So my favorite answer to this question was actually given
Why
by...
does the Lancey have such horrible penetration?
Let me finish this. My favorite answer to the is Watt dying question was an answer given by one of our Russian colleagues when this question came up previously, which is, we are all always dying.
We are all...
So yeah, Watt's not as big as it used to be, and it's probably unlikely, at least on NA, to be as big as it was. Is it closing down anytime soon? No, not even close. Not even remotely close.
That girl is so bad. Sorry, I'm not a Unicum, but I feel like I have pretty okay stats. Not everybody can be a Unicum in World of Tanks.
I can't anyway.
You can't. I might be able to.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on it.
Doonesbury says, mid-tier tanks getting any help? My AT8 is difficult. There are larger rebalances planned throughout the year. I don't know about the AT8 specifically.
I think my stats are okay. Anyways.
When will the next patch come out? I don't know if the next patch is going to have the things you mentioned exactly there, Roro. But it should be sometime in April? April or May will be the next big patch.
Alright, I wanted to look at the stats.
Felipe says, ha ha ha, love watching you get owned by the broken monster you made, aka Artie. Felipe, neither of us made Artie.
Yeah, what?
We're not developers there, but I mean, if it made you happy, I'm happy you're happy.
208 is I thought 208 is actually pretty good for
Arno on YouTube said, when will we get the Sturm Tiger and the Brumbar? Arno, go ahead and PM 1984 Big Brother in game and ask him. He has the codes.
PR rating for each tank. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, my wife doesn't like it when I shout, I can't penetrate him, and... Oh, God.
Hey, Scum of the Earth is here.
Anyways.
Scum of the Earth, renowned nice guy.
Yeah.
And friend of the stream.
Man. Oh, and not improving play, i.e. maps. Steve... I mean, we're generally always trying to improve the game. If you guys haven't noticed, we actually announced very recently a lot of changes to the game, including Artie changes coming soon.
Are there Artie changes being announced tomorrow?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
Anyways, and also matchmaker changes. We are always trying to improve the game. I'm sorry if we're not improving it in the way that you would like to see it improved, but we would like to satisfy more than just you.
Well, that said, if you would like to give us specific feedback, we're happy to submit it.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, I think we made some comments about us. I mean, the graphics changes were. I mean, it wasn't like a choice between. There wasn't a button that said fixing the game and a button that said improving the graphics. The graphics was an absolutely 100% necessary thing to do. You can go back and watch the dev diaries on 1.0 about this, but. The TLDR is the old graphic renderer was no longer being supported by a lot of newer hardware. So we absolutely had to update the graphics of the game. And if you're going to update the graphics of the game, you might as well do a good job of it, which I think we did.
I'd play the 705 because someone requested it.
Oh crap, I forgot to plug my power in.
Is your computer about to go out?
Yep.
Oh no.
Don't mind
Please,
me,
why
folks.
don't you reduce Artie to less than 3? So one of the answers that was given by our devs was, okay, there are 3 Artie in every occasional map. If we reduce it to 2 or 1, you may get 2 or 1 every single maps, or every single match. And so lessening it to less than 3 per battle might increase it so that you get artillery every single battle instead of every other battle. Why do people cry and complain? Probably because people are really passionate about World of Tanks. I think that's one of the biggest thing about, you know, some of the players that complain the most, is the reason why they complain is because, for one, things aren't going in the direction that they would like to see it, But the other thing is, they would like to see the game get better, which is one of the reasons why we don't ever really get angry at people who are bringing up questions or complaints about the game. And so being able to, you know, come to streams and voice your complaints, or even going to the forums and voicing your complaints, that just means you care about the game enough to go somewhere to post about it. So
Trey Gaming's on Twitch asks, is there a place to see how the new blueprints work? I believe we released a video on our YouTube channel.
An article too.
And an article. So the video on our YouTube channel, World of Tanks North America, and the article on our news portal at worldoftanks.com/news. You should be able to find what you need there. I think our boy Jambi John is also working on a larger, more in-detail guide that he'll be posting on the forums in the near future. In the meantime, let's get this tier 10 game counted in.
Right. 5, 4, 2, go.
Yeah. But as
Tanks on the Switch, probably not soon.
Blitz could theoretically happen. I don't know. I have no information on that, but
get angry, let the hate flow through. I mean, as long as it's constructive, that would be actually pretty nice. What about toxic players that are around? Please submit reports on those players, because we do try to actively sanction them.
BJ on Facebook said, just an idea, what if Artie only gets out in Matchmaker for maps where it's half useful, so no cities? So, BJ, I think that what we discussed earlier, as far as maybe allowing players to blacklist certain maps, might go towards addressing that issue that you mentioned. Well, that's not part of it.
I know, but I'm still holding it
just
up.
really like holding up.
Yeah.
Redbeard says Abby sucks. Yeah, Redbeard on Twitch. I'm not a fan of Abby either, to be honest. Really not my favorite map. If I got to blacklist one map, it very well might be Abby. Yao Wang says, when will you sell the Type 59G and the 121B? Well, the 121B is a reward tank, so that's never going to get sold. You're going to have to win it in a clan event. As far as the Type 59G, at this time, it's only a Chinese server thing, and I don't know if that's going to change. That said, the Alpine Tiger was also only a Chinese server thing at one time, so theoretically, that could change at some point.
Yeah. Can bonuses be for match time instead of real time? There was thoughts about changing it to per battle instead of...
This actually came up in the AMA. And the devs actually are thinking about it. But no other details, but it's an idea they're aware of and they're not totally against.
Get rid of Paris. It looks nice, but plays awful.
My
Could say that about a lot of artists as well.
Michael says, I don't have any problems with Abby. Why do you not like it? Probably because I'm bad at it. I prefer a little more side-to-side movement, and I feel like this game sort of locks you into
Guys,
or vertical lines.
Anything having to do with the China server is generally null and void because it is essentially run by someone who isn't wargaming. So anything that you see going on, like the Waffentrager as a tier 10 premium, or otherwise...
Yeah, we can't account for that.
Oh, wow. We got nothing for you there. Careful. Whoop! Ow! That hurts.
Muhammad on Facebook asked, when are you guys going to sell the PZ2J? So it came around once last year, and I think that's might come around once this year. I don't know when that would be.
I don't.
And that's pure speculation on my part.
I've gun depression.
I'm just getting lit up while reading chat here. Yeah, Mohammed, sorry, I don't know at this time.
I can't see. There's bushes in the way.
Cody asks, any non-NDA news on the Chieftain Mark 6 for non-Chinese servers, that is. So, okay, I will talk about the Chieftain Mark 6 for a second. The barrier we're hitting to the Chieftain Mark 6 is the tank is too good. Like, the tank with the historical characteristics that it has is too good. in order to make the tank fit in the
It's way
current
too
World of
bold.
Tanks game, it would have to be made worse than its actual historical characteristics were. Obviously, we have not always stuck to historical realism. Those of you who pay attention to that know that. We do try and stay as close as we can. But the feeling right now is that we are not willing to make the Chieftain worse than its real life, like armor and speed and stuff. So it's kind of a problem that just hasn't been solved yet. So the Chieftain Mark 6 is in this weird place where it's too good to come out, but it we don't want to nerf it to let it come out, if that makes sense. There will at some point be a Chieftain Mark 6 in the game. I will say that.
Sammy, we already have rentals. Rentals are already a thing. Not sure if you mean like tech tree tanks, but that might be an interesting idea, is lending people a tank to try out. Too badass to be in the game. Yeah, essentially. Okay, so we're both dead. And we were 0 help to our teams.
I'll keep that in mind, Cody.
Oh,
You'll be first on the testing list.
T-150 needs a buff. So, in general, we are trying to go through all of the tanks and give them a nice little change-up. We've talked about the overall tech tree rebalancing over the past several streams, so please do, if you're watching our stream, please spread that information, because we would like to make it so that we don't have to answer this question every single stream. So.
Yeah. Yeah, David, I hear you. You're heard. Wait, I think, were you talking about the Chieftain? I'm trying to find what he said previously. The game needs to go towards more realistic. I see what you're saying. I hear you, David. I think the game's probably going to stay at its current state of arcadey quasi-realism.
I think it's better game environment overall.
Yeah. There is a focus on the game has to be fun is now a definite priority over realism. That wasn't always the case in Watt's development. There were times when people wanted to make obviously the game was never a simulator, but there was a time when the development team was very keen on making all the vehicles as historically realistic as possible, all the maps as historically realistic as possible at the expense of all else. And what we found is that that's not actually a recipe for fun gameplay. So fun gameplay is the priority moving forward.
Someone says fix tank destroyers. That's Brian Cox. What needs to be fixed?
We actually dropped down to tier 4.
Yeah, we could do
give
that.
those lobies a shot.
Guys, I'm gonna say this. When we ask for constructive feedback, so I'm gonna use my favorite example, which is the TV example. You break your TV. Let's say you crack the screen. You take it, and you say you tell someone online. You say, "Fix my TV." What's broken? Oh, well, the screen's broken. Okay, now we can address what the issue is. Please make sure when you're asking us to fix something, that is a very, very, very broad definition. We're not sure what is your strife. We're not sure what exactly you're asking about. Can't go one-on-one with lights and medium tanks. I mean, I don't necessarily think that they should be able to. Like, there are definitely some tank destroyers that can, like ones with turrets, but otherwise, you have a huge gun. Probably use it. Just, when you use tanks, use them to their advantage. I don't think you should try and take on lights or mediums in a tank destroyer, unless you're got a couple of buddies with you.
Yeah. Tim the Ripper, the World of Tanks Twitter is definitely not abandoned. We post every day. At World of Tanks, definitely not abandoned. If you liked historical game modes, I have good news for you in the near future.
Fixed-wheeled vehicles.
I'm not going to go into it further.
Get rid of them. How's that? That's probably not going to happen. But also, what's your strife with the wheeled vehicles? Are they too fast? Yeah. Do you not like that their guns are really accurate?
Yeah. So, yeah, historical battles came up a bit. If you like the historical modes...
Start the count-in.
That's cool. We're tier 4, by the way, if anybody missed that. So good news on and upcoming for people fans of historical content. Uh, as far as the realism versus arcade conversation we've been having, um, an example of that is the Minsk map. One of the problems with the Minsk map is it's not. There was an attempt to make it very realistic. Are you holding up the artillery sign again?
Yeah.
And it was made very realistic, although it's not a perfect representation of the city. But having been through Minsk, there's definitely several identifiable landmarks, a lot of very familiar stuff. And I do think that that map was like a real a breakwater for that philosophy of focus on realism versus focus on fun gameplay first. And I think those of you who are not fans of Minsk, which if the feedback reports that I have read are accurate, is a lot of you. I think that deep down most of you are will be happy about that. Let's see.
Let's see. Not be tracked. They can't be tracked, but they can be slowed down. It's definitely like an interesting mechanic that they have to be able to keep going even after having a wheel shot. But in general, wheeled vehicles are actually really difficult to use. I feel like most of the most effective people that are playing them are really high skilled.
Yeah, we're collecting data constantly on the wheeled vehicles.
Too fast, I can't hit them.
So if they are overpowered, we will know. Johnny Joe on YouTube says, "Can you please buff the VK4503 and the FE201A45?"
What's the small big announcement?
They're both premium tanks. I hear you on those. I think both those tanks could use some love. We do have about 500 tanks in the game now, so it does take some time to work on.
Give the wheeled tanks their boost back, says Cody.
Yeah, Cody and I talked about that a lot.
Yeah,
I think when they came out. I personally am a fan of the boost as well. I passed on a clip from, I think it was actually from 4Tankers, directly to the dev team about like why boost should stay in. They appreciated it, but then gave us their reasoning for why they wanted to remove it. The basic answer is they're not really happy with how it worked before, and that it may return at some point if they feel like they get it to a point where they're going to be happy with it. Let's see. Hold on. I wanted to. Denzel on YouTube says the USSR owns everything on World of Tanks, and that's what pays these people.
What?
The USSR is defunct. Denzel has been for about 30 years.
What?
Wargaming is a privately owned corporation based in Nicosia, Cyprus, and that is who pays us.
Isn't it pronounced Nicosia?
Probably, as we've established, Cabbage doesn't care about pronouncing things properly.
Apparently.
I think Faiz
oh, he's just shooting heat. That's
on
fine.
Twitch asks, when can we know what the tier 9 reward from Frontline will be?
When it comes out.
Yeah, I can't tell. I actually...
I don't even know.
I just found out.
What?
Okay,
I'm
I can't even tell
jealous.
Tragic. It's that secret. It's too early to say, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could.
PDs do need love by undoing the camo nerf. So the camo nerf was done in kind of like response to the fact that a lot of people were bothered by TDs being almost essentially invisible on open maps like this. And so if they sat in a bush or far enough into a bush, you would almost never be able to spot them unless a light tank just like dove in almost. Need physics and mechanic improvements. Komori, you mean you don't like it when wheeled tanks just go flying when you kill them? What happens when you complain about someone's chat? Generally, it gets put into a nice little queue, and it's just like, hey, this person's doing something wrong. Let's see.
Jonathan says Cyprus is a tax haven. That's actually correct. However, it's our operation there is not. It's not like we just have a mailbox there. We built a building there. It's quite a big one, and it is where our global headquarters is based and where we operate from. So there's no like as far as uh, uh, tax haven shenanigans. It's not like we just have a PO box, which, for example, a lot of companies do in like on like the Isle of Man. They have like a single office with one employee, and that's their headquarters. Not the case. We have several hundred employees based on the island of Cyprus, and that is the focal point of our global operations.
I'm gonna address this comment by Roro. Wargaming, I asked this question because unfortunately I stopped playing World of Tanks because of Artie.
Oh no.
Well, for one. But also for two, why does it take Wargaming so long to apply changes players ask for years after? For the Object 268, I believe it took us like 8 months to a year to make changes to it. Not 100% sure on the timeline, but when it comes to balancing things in World of Tanks, part of the reason why it takes so long is because, for one, we're usually gathering information, and I'm gonna explain this. This is a rough timeline. Essentially, the first couple of months, people are almost exclusively playing it as soon as they can. So you get Unicums who have free XP'd their way into that line. So let's, for example, use the wheeled tanks. For one, I don't think there is no wheeled tanks in this match. So by now, it has essentially evened out that the people who went straight towards that line have slowly dwindled in playing it. So after those first few months of people going straight for it, whether it's Unicums or people with just a ton of free XP, then comes the meta balancing. So over the course of the next couple of months after that, people are learning how to use that tank well. And so, you know, you'll generally see less people playing it. So people are playing it in a balanced, normal environment meta. And then from there, you can kind of tell whether or not a tank is actually balanced, or it is swaying too far outside of the general, vicinity of being a good tank, or being at least within a good average range. So the reason why it takes so long is because the data is always skewed at the beginning when we first release something, and is still skewed for several months after due to people playing it too much, generally. So.
I'm gonna run through some questions real quick. Tim the Ripper on Twitch asked if Dan Clark works in Cyprus. I don't know who Dan Clark is, so I cannot answer that. Aaron on Facebook says, I say that everyone on here should get a free tank for watching the stream.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, right? I appreciate the comment. We'll look into it. Chris Park said, what about Artie being able to fire smoke rounds? It's a cool idea. It's not an out-ruled idea, but it's actually kind of a difficult thing to implement in standard random battles. I personally would love to see that happen.
Roro says, that was a constructive answer. Well, I appreciate you actually listening. I've actually done that explanation several times, and sometimes it gets through, but other times it doesn't. Thank you.
Vlad on Twitch says, when will tanks like the T-34-2 and the T-69 get buffed? They never received any buffs since they introduced. Like I said, Vlad, we do have 500 vehicles in the game. We're doing our best to do some large-scale rebalances this year. So hopefully, if those tanks are indeed underperforming, they will receive appropriate buffs.
There might be changes, enemy pixel, changes to the stun mechanic, in regards to changes to personal missions, because there are stun mechanic changes, probably.
Yeah, I will say, Pixel, my suspicion is we might be a patch behind on those if that does become necessary. And for that, I apologize in advance. But if it does become necessary, the changes will happen. There might be a delay between the first change and the second change.
Any new American tanks coming?
I believe you, Vlad.
I don't think so. American tanks? Any that you know of secretly that you can't tell me, apparently?
New American tanks. I know that the Chieftain is constantly trying. Yeah, there is actually a new American premium tier 8 tank destroyer coming. The TS5. More info on that soon. as far as tech tree stuff, I sure would love a second American medium line, and the Chieftain's pushing for it, but no news on that front.
Alex Aguila says, any chance we can get more useful layouts that XVM offers? Can you explain? Because we don't use mods in our PCs here at work, so we can't. I don't know what changes that you would like to see.
I use mods in general. Sammy wants you to play the 60 TP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that.
Is it the tier 10 or the tier 8 premium there, Sammy?
The 60 TP
they're both,
is the
right?
tier 10.
And then the tier 8's the 50 TP prototype here.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll do tier 10.
Yeah, do that. Oh, good. I do have it kitted. All right. Tog buff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 100% tog buff.
Wait, who even said that? I saw tog buff.
There were a couple of comments. I missed the people who said them. Sorry in advance. Someone said we should buff the German mediums. Yes, we should. And then another person said, "Are you going to buff the Leopard 1?" Yes, we are.
That's actually one of the 5 tanks. So guys, I'm gonna repeat this once more, and please, if you hear me say this and you see someone in your chat specifically that is asking about buffs or nerfs or whatever to any kind of tank, please just clip this and send this to them. There are 5 current tier 10s that the devs are planning on absolutely reworking within the next year or so. Essentially, that is the E100, the Leopard 1, the Kranvang, which is already in super test, including the Emil 1 and the Emil 2, the STB 1, and the IS-4. So 5 tanks are slated to get reworked within soon, essentially. Aside from that, we also have planned an essential, almost entire rework of the tech tree from tier 1 to tier 10 to make sure everything is essentially in line. And yes, that means things like the Tiger 2 and the Tiger 1 and whatnot. So
it should also apply to stuff like T67 nerfs.
Yeah.
The idea
nerfs, buffs.
The idea of the mid-tier rebalance is to look at all the tank's performance, pick out the stuff that's so here's the mid line, pick out the stuff below that line, and pick out the stuff above that line, and bring it within a reasonable range. That's how it's been sold to me. I will see if that comes to reality later this year, but that is the plan.
Can you guys announce the Artie Stun mechanic is under work so I can clip it? Yes. This is me saying yes.
The details on the Artie changes will be available tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the clip,
I'll be posting the video.
Yeah. There's no the clip will be great, but within 12 hours of seeing the clip, you should have the video and the article available to you with actual details. So guys,
please spread this information. It's really difficult to keep repeating it, considering the fact that even within this same stream, we've probably repeated the same information at least 3 to 4 times about the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, people pop in later, they don't see it earlier.
Which is fine, but we would like you guys to echo what we say, so that way people in chat can hear it.
Alright, let's get this game counted in.
60 TP. Let's go.
Here we go. Tier 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Console. We don't work on console. I'm so sorry, Kenneth. Please go to the World of Tanks console Facebook page. Cody says I'm gonna have to repeat it 500 times. Something like 500.
Vlad just said HD maps have been released for 1 year and so many bad hitboxes, textures, etc. Actually, the patch that came out yesterday released hitbox improvements for, I believe, 12 maps. So hopefully, Vlad, the ones that you've been annoying that have been bothering you, hopefully they were fixed in yesterday's patch. Test them out, and if not, let us know. Send us replays. We'll get them fixed in a future patch.
Simon Anderson asks, how long ahead of release do you plan a tech tree? Just interesting, as many other developers start prototyping major releases years before. Same. Essentially, we can have tech trees planned up to 2 years in advance, almost. I think I've seen a tech tree, or I remember seeing things about specific tech trees, and then it's literally like 2 years later, so it can take a while.
TJ on Facebook just slipped a burn on you.
Oh, did he? Oh, no. Oh, I don't get it. You're a community coordinator, and you complain about communicating.
I mean, it's
mostly because my voice hurts.
Yeah.
Mostly because my voice hurts. I'm not annoyed about repeating information. I'm just annoyed that my voice can get kind of tired because I am
No,
repeating the same information.
I hear you.
No,
that
but
one.
I like interacting with you guys.
We want to
genuinely.
answer questions even if we've already answered them for people who come in later. But it's just it's kind of becoming a recurring joke at this point because we do hit that question about 7 times every stream.
Yeah.
So forgive us if we get a little ornery about it.
Someone asked a question.
Necromonger asked if we can please have a Type 5.9 sale soon, not bundled or in loot boxes. The odds, the 8-ball says unlikely, Necromonger. Sorry.
Unlikely. Please ask again later.
Yeah, as of right now, the Type 5.9 cannot be sold. That might change in the future. When it does, I will definitely let you know.
Michael Wethington? Wethington, yes. Any changes for how OP HE is for Type 4 and 5? Yes. Literally, yes. That is generally going to be included in not only the ammo rework, but also the overall balancing for all tiers, and probably also tier 10s. So please keep that in mind. Wow, okay. But yes, guys, I'm not complaining about talking to you guys or answering questions. My voice gets a little tired.
It does. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you said the same thing 8 times in an hour, it does stack up a little bit on you. Hey, Denzel, I appreciate the flare of this unum too. That's cool.
I just need to drink more water.
Yeah, I need to drink some water too. I'm running fine. Any plans on buffing the Tiger 2? Yeah, Scott, that's definitely part of the larger mid-tier rework that's being talked about.
Yes.
That's one of the tanks that we hear about a lot, and it definitely needs a little bit of love.
Friendly fire being turned off. It is, yes, enemy. It was talked about in the teaser.
Yeah.
Don't know when. He might know, but he might also not be able to tell us when.
No, I don't have any information on that.
Apparently he's hiding things from us.
I
which
don't
is
have
fine, it's NDA. Which is literally a legally binding contract, just FYI. Yeah.
I promise I'll tell you later.
Okay. So mean.
Well, at this point it's not even definite. So,
okay.
But I've been told what the plan is. And what we're talking about now is the tier 9 reward tank for...
Tragic streaming lies.
Definitely lies.
There was a question that I saw that I don't think I got to answer. How are you doing, Tragic and Cabbage? I said my name first, but your name is definitely first in that
fine.
message.
We're doing pretty good, Zen.
Yeah,
thanks for the
a little hot.
China,
This room is a little hot.
Yeah,
It has 5 computers in it.
What I like to tell people is I've done worse things for less money. I would appreciate.
Why are you? Give me that.
No, those.
No,
these are mine.
No,
these are my pliers.
They're actually not your pliers. They're actually Ryan, our IT guy's pliers. So at least don't break it.
But yeah, we're doing all right.
Oh,
can't complain. Hey, thanks for stopping by, JD. Always good to see you, man.
Actually, we can complain.
You seem a tad flushed. Yeah, that's can you tell that I have genetics from the British Isles? My skin just turns red anytime I'm warm at all.
Friendly flyer is annoying. I agree. Removing it will only empower trolls. Like, there's definitely a lot of things that we have to think about in terms of game development and making changes. But there's definitely always ways to remedy that. Like in World of Warships, they have the pink system, and they also have the damage gets reflected back on you system. So there's definitely a couple ways that we can go about it. But bad coleslaw. Tragic cabbage is bad.
That was a good one, old wolf.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was a good one. I love the dad jokes. Death Star King asks, where's the Twitch stream? Our Twitch stream is on twitch.tv/wargaming. That is probably going to change in the near future to a more World of Tanks. What has happened over the last few years is we have switched to product-focused teams. So this channel is now basically only a World of Tanks PC channel, and eventually we are going to update the name on Twitch to reflect that.
Yeah.
But right now it's twitch.tv/wargaming. Cody says, what do you expect from someone who's stuck north of the wall in Wildling territory? I don't know what that was. Sammy on Facebook asked if we can tell them if console's ever going to get tier 10 premium tanks. Unfortunately, I can't. It's
because we don't work on console.
correct. But also, as far as like PC tier 10 premium tanks, it's pretty no. Nope.
That's not.
Maps. It was teased at Christmas that we might be able to pick what maps we play. Is that coming anytime soon? Says Andrew on YouTube. That is. It's on the plan for this year. Is about as specific as I can be because that's as specific as I personally know. But it is supposed to be on the docket for this year. Frank said, "You're just tank fodder." Get today, yeah, definitely. I personally am. Cabbage, you should bring a fan to work. I'm actually not that hot today. Yeah.
Also, you guys would be able to hear it on this microphone.
Yeah, I think
that we have situated.
Tragic just adjusted my chroma key to make my face as red as possible and my head as large as possible. It's
really want someone to... Ow, or that Roomba.
Scum of the Earth says, "I won't tell anyone else your super special NDA secret if you tell me."
Yeah, it'll be a secret just between us and everybody in the chat right now.
Eddie says that AVRE mortar for the Churchill 7. Cool idea. I don't have any information about it, Eddie, sadly. But I will 100% shill for it. Cody asked Domo if he's going to be joining us on stream again. Yeah, definitely. Domo will be on stream in the future. Because we have such a small stream closet at the time, it's hard to get more than 2 people in here comfortably. Yeah. Tends to get really warm when we have 3 people in here.
Which we are moving soon.
We can't tell you where. It's in Austin. We're moving to a new office in Austin, and we're gonna have a larger room for streaming when we do move.
Oh, I missed the bar, and now it's just gonna wreck our.
Michael on Facebook says, "Am I the only one that saw Tony Stark alive and in a spacesuit?" No, you're not, Michael. We all saw the trailer.
Woo! That was a good shot, but I'm dead, definitely. I'm definitely
you
gonna
fought
die.
bravely.
Yeah, I fought okay.
Oh, trying to hold back a sneeze there, folks. Sorry for the weird faces.
Oh no, I was almost reloaded too, but I wouldn't have. Cody's a crowd. You haven't seen the size of this room.
Yeah, this 3's a can of sardines in here.
He takes up like 1.5 people compared to me.
Yeah, just because my head is so big. No,
just in the camera. Camera adds 5 pounds to your head.
Cody says, "You guys deserve it. I'll see you guys. Need to finish prepping my tomato costume for tonight's stream. Should all definitely go check out Cody's stream later today. Cody_Menz on Twitch. MENZ, of course. And he's going to be wearing his tomato costume tonight, so that's awesome. Chris on Facebook says, "Austin was a great town when I was there." Chris, I've been here for a year, and I have to say that aside from the heat, I love it. The heat is a bit much for me.
Let's see.
When are you guys adding the SD KFC 234? I don't know, Arturus. I'm actually not familiar with that vehicle off the top of my head.
Will we be able to see the armor model of tanks directly in the garage so we don't have to use sites like tanks.gg? I would love to see that. As far as I know, a while back, they were thinking about it. There are mods for it?
I think that actually came up in the AMA last Friday, too.
Yeah.
And the short answer is we'd love to offer something like that right now. And I think we are planning on offering something like that in the future, but it's too soon. Yao says show off the room. Should I?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can.
Let me check the board real quick. You want to check and see if there's anything we can show?
No, there's literally
Is there any
nothing.
Confidential...
Guys, there's literally nothing in this room besides monitors and chairs and him. So, there's not much in this room, guys. It's
Hold
small.
on, there might be some more to my right. Yes, we have a whiteboard and another desk.
It says calendar, Jira,
There's our
Facebook.
ATEM machine. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, it's a tiny room.
Us in our stream closet.
Ooh, okay. Were there plans to changes to the wheeled vehicles? So, guys, I'm gonna talk about in terms of development cycles and why it takes so long to balance things. First of all, the meta changes anytime we release a vehicle, so there's an influx of those vehicles, so everything changes and we can't get accurate data. It takes a couple of months for that to balance out, and because of that, it takes a little while for us to get accurate information, including the spread of people that are going to be playing, as well as essentially being able to get accurate information of the general populace that is playing that tank or tank line. So it's going to be a few months before we even consider changes maybe to the French-wheeled vehicles, but do keep that in mind. Always submit feedback because we are looking into it, always.
Yep.
Tragic are you paid to work? Yeah, that's how work works.
Tragic does not have a black hole behind her. It's just it's a green screen attached to her chair, so you can see it.
Wait! I can show them. I can show them.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna
ditch the chroma key.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, of course you can do it with my giant
head.
Thank you. Yeah. So as you can see, I have.
Okay, you're done now.
Don't clip that. Please don't clip that.
I'm happy you're working. Dude, okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna do this. Oh, wait, hold on. No. I'm gonna do this. That way you guys have a good way of doing things to the background of his,
put
screen.
Whatever you want back there.
Essentially, take his screen and put weird stuff in the background, post it on Reddit or anything of the like. It'll be super cool. Just put, like, cats or something. Anyways, clipping now.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes. We'll answer a few more questions, and then we got to get out of here. Alec on Facebook asked, how does the merit reward system work? For right now, I recommend checking out the video or the article. I promise you I will study up on that merit system so I can give a detailed answer to that next stream. But my understanding right now is it's primarily based on games played without team killing and other stuff, right?
Yeah. So essentially, as long as you're not team killing and you play the matches, you will have chances at getting a merit, and essentially you can earn up to 5 and then it restarts, so every 5th reward is greater than the previous. You will get increasing chances of receiving a merit every time you play a battle and you don't get one. But essentially, if you already have the blueprints, and you guys might have seen it, because I already have every tank in the game, I got universal fragments. You can also earn nation fragments, so keep that in mind. Any tanks that you have will turn into universal or nation, and then you can combine those to turn into a singular tank blueprint, and then you can use that on the tank.
So Eric on Facebook asked what the announcement was. Eric, the announcement is that we are announcing some changes to artillery tomorrow. Keep an eye out.
Still backwards.
Keep an eye out on our YouTube channel and our news portal to get the details on that.
Also, PM this guy
and
for
PM
M60
1984
codes.
Big Brother for M60 codes. Jeffrey on Facebook says, team kill is such a problem, why not just turn it off? Jeffrey, I think that is ultimately going to be the solution. No timeline on when it's going to happen, but I think it's probably ultimately going to happen.
I was going to flip me back. It's taking longer than I thought it would. Flip horizontal.
In any case, I think... No, do not PM CabbageMechanic for M60 codes. PM 1984 Big Brother in the game client.
Because he also knows about the RD changes, which are backwards. 1984 Big Brother.
That guy.
Which are backwards. Anyway.
So I think we're going to wrap it up now, guys. I'm going to go drink some water and get some dinner. I'm assuming that you're going to do the same.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy collecting those blueprints. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Yes. No, we're actually on tomorrow.
We're going to be back tomorrow. Same time.
We're actually going to be adding more streams, actually. So keep watch. We will be adding more streams. We will try and answer all of the questions that you guys ever have, because, you know, that's what we do. We try to be aggressively truthful to you guys.
Radical honesty wherever possible is our policy.
Yeah. So it's not a nerf, guys. It is a change. It is a change. There are already changes coming.
Yeah. Wait till you see the details before you get mad or sad or happy about it.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for...
Yes. Executive.
Thank you all for watching our stream so much. We really appreciate you coming by. We really appreciate you supporting the game.
Yeah.
It would not be possible for us to do what we do without all of you lovely people. And it really means a lot to us. So have a great evening. Spend some time with your family. Play some World of Tanks. Do cool stuff. And we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys. Your first mistake was assuming I could read Tragic, much less backwards. Well, that seems like a you problem. Bye, guys.